All right. Hello, Riven mains and Yasuo mains alike, coming at you guys with a LEC Week 6 Summer Split 2019 thoughts and opinions. So, the LEC had its Week 6 end last week. We are closing in on Week 7, where we're going to get the key matchup in G2 versus Fnatic. El Clasico. G2 and Fnatic is just like C9 versus TSM, SKT versus KT Rolster, the powerhouse orgs of their region. Not so much KT anymore, and TSM is kind of falling off, but we know that anytime these people match up, it's just going to be an amazing match where we're basically going to be at the edge of our seats just waiting for a specific outcome. Now, with that being said, let's look at all of the teams right now. I'm going to actually start at the bottom. You guys know I'm a big G2 fan, so I'll start at the bottom and then kind of rise up. So I was actually going to do a news video about this, but SK Gaming is in last place. Now, we have some SK Gaming fans on the channel, and I hate to say I'm right about this, but I was pretty right about them not being as good as most people thought they were. I really thought that last split they were really good by default because, you know, the better players, you know, in the league just weren't performing very well. Like, we had a lot of teams basically just fall to the wayside, not be so good, and it's showing this split that when the other teams got better, they got worse. And it's not even just the fact that they got worse, they're all playing bad, and to a certain extent. Sakurai and Selfmade are also playing pretty well, but that can't carry the mid lane. Pyrion is just such a liability that is not going to ever be covered up. He's just always going to be a liability in the game. And then you have Crown Shot and the support Dreams. Their bot lane's getting wrecked constantly, 2v2s. They're constantly just losing. Pyrion's constantly losing. Selfmade doesn't need to play around Sakurai, and he's really good, but it doesn't look like they have that well built of synergy. And it looks like that he's trying to play through mid and bot to get them ahead, because those are the more primary positions to get ahead now with certain patches that are falling through. But it's just looking like that's not going to be the case per se. It's looking like that, well, he just has no one really to play around, and the team's coordination is off, the macro's off. There's just, everything is off with SK. And, you know, them falling to last split, you know, obviously doesn't even surprise me, you know, because it's just like they weren't that good anyway to begin with, and then making it into playoffs off of a tiebreaker. Remember, guys, they made it off a tiebreaker game. If they lost to Schalke in the tiebreaker, they would also have not been in playoffs themselves. Already raised within margins. Then switching out Warlib, and then all that happens, and then it's like, what the heck, you know? So they're right now sitting at last place, and Excel finally have their first 2-0 weekend. They're looking a little bit better, but you know, I don't want to give too much credit to them, because it just kind of looks like that, you know, they could easily just go back to their 0-2, you know, ways again. So if these guys want to make playoffs at any point, they're going to need to start picking up some wins, and it looks like that they're going to have to rally and figure out how they can actually win games throughout all of their power plays around the map that they actually have. I think that when you look at SK and Excel, they're going to have to figure out what's going to make them different from G2, Fnatic, Splice, Vitality, in order to actually make a push toward playoffs. And it's really looking like they don't really know what we really actually know what to do. It just more or less seems we have a lot more things and complicated things to do around right now. So yeah, so SK and Excel not doing too hot. It's just really, really weird to see that, you know, SK had some strong points about, you know, them last split, and it's just not looking like that they have that this split. You know, it just doesn't really make sense. I don't know what happened. Maybe they're just getting smashed in scrims. Maybe they're just not playing cohesively. I don't know the situation. You know, that's just how I see it right now. And the same thing goes with Excel, but Excel are looking like they kind of been playing a little bit better, so it's not showing much, but hey, it's there. So we have Rogue. They don't really know what they're doing. I know the whole Rogue could beat TSM meme. I already debated this. Even though TSM is struggling now, I still believe even TSM struggling would clap Rogue. And if we're talking about best of 5, I know some people said it'd be pretty even. Yeah, a lot of things look pretty even on paper. It doesn't mean it actually pans out. What I'm saying is that, like, I just don't think that they haven't even got. What was it the thing said? They would beat TSM 8 out of 10 times? Okay, come on, guys. Rogue haven't even won 8 games in their own region. Just let that sink in for a second. But going over Rogue, most positions aren't playing bad. It's just like, I know people are going to say they were good in the Ultra Liga, and I already told you guys about this. That is a different beast than the LEC. That is like Academy compared to LEC. So when it got to LEC, the competition's a lot harder than the Ultra Liga. Then obviously it's going to be a lot more different in the LEC. I just feel like they're not ready for they're not. It's not that they're not ready. Sorry about that. They're not ready for the caliber of competition they were going to be facing in the LEC, and I feel like they still haven't adjusted to that yet. When they actually adjust to that, I feel like that they can actually be a lot better. You know, I feel like that these are good players, except Woolite and Hikyu. They are just not good. Stop putting faith into them. I don't know what's with people putting faith in them. They're not good. But other than that, I feel like this can be a strong team. It just hasn't really showed yet. Vitality. They're like, okay. I feel Cablishard is playing even better than he did last split. Don't know how that's possible, but oh man, where do you even start? Just they're getting better to a certain extent. They're not running it down mid. They are completely delusional when it comes to certain aspects around the map. They're just playing the same way they played before. The only kick about them now is that they're just not even getting leads. It's just like, what are you gaining? They've gained nothing. They literally aren't doing anything. Mowgli only plays her on top because maybe that's the only lane he feels like he has a strong suit around, because that's what most jungle players actually do. I don't really know what to say about them, honestly. Most people already know how bad they are. I mean, they could easily be 9th. They were at one point 9th, so I mean, they're not looking too good. I don't really want to put too much stock into them because I just don't feel like they're actually that good in general, but that's Vitality. Misfits, they switched out their entire roster. They brought in their whole Academy team. They got a win against Fnatic at one point. They look better. They look more cohesive. I remember Neon playing on Unicorns of Love. It was really nice to see him actually on the team. I feel like he got thrown under the bus a lot by the Unicorns of Love fans because he played kind of bad. But you know, for a new kid on the stage with a lot of expectations, you can't really put too much faith into that, honestly. It either works or it doesn't. It's never an in-between situation, personally. It looks better for them now that they have a lineup that is cohesive and want to do anything around the map. But I feel like that it's all going to really not pan out for them because I feel like that they're a little bit too far behind the rest of the competition now to really make a dent. I feel like that they can be a team that can upset. I don't know if they can make playoffs. It feel like they can. It feels like that if they had this roster to start out with, they probably would have had a lot better results, and that's really interesting coming from the fact that they had a superstar team on paper. So, yeah, the Academy team's better, but hold my breath. So Vitality, Rogue, Misfits, Excel, and what was the last team? SK. So that's 5 teams right there. So let's talk about the top 5 actually. We got, oh man, Schalke. They're actually not bad. Tricks made them better. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of them for sure. It's just, I don't know. I feel like they can be better. And I feel like that they're only been improving. And I feel like this can be a strong team is all I'm going to say about that. Because I feel like they have something to them that it's basically just going to make things a lot better for everything to kind of work off of them. And I feel like that it's just going to be better for Schalke moving forward. They're actually a lot better than what people give them credit for. And that's kind of how it is going to work for me in Schalke. All right, so last teams are Origin, Splice, Fnatic, and G2. I'll kind of just sum it up right now, so that way I don't take too long with them as well. Let's go. Let's start with Origin. have not been good since Rift Rivals. I said they were looking bad before Rift Rivals, and then it's only further, fast forwarded till then. The issue is that you have to understand is that the reason why they look better at Rift Rivals against North America is that they literally were playing worse competition. When they came back and faced better competition, they literally looked worse. That's literally it. I mean, they have good players. What made them good in spring is not what's making them good now. People always go to like, oh, they were good in spring, they got second place. Is that second place origin is not the origin we're seeing now. It's not happening. Splice, consistent, really pulling out their win cards a lot. Players are looking strong. It's pretty much just Norscarin not looking that great. Everybody's been playing fairly consistent. Fnatic are kind of off on. They're hot and cold right now. G2 is still G2, obviously. I don't really know what to say other than the fact that it's G2. Fnatic, ever since they had that weird Reckless bench, it just doesn't feel like they kind of like each other. They're not smiling on stage. They feel like they just don't like each other. That's just from what I'm seeing right now, from when I'm looking at them on camera and stuff like that. But I could be wrong, So that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing signing out. See you later. Bye. Have a good day. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.